So a couple things that I want to start off with. So first is some setup information. So the employees, as you know, they can be set up here in Sage or set up in Orcoro, and the two will talk to one another in addition to the benefits and things of that nature as well. So real quick, I'm just going to go through the setup screen here because I kind of want to point out a couple of specific items in here. Individual. Okay, so in here, I have all the typical pertinent information, what is the person's address, what type of skill level, birthday, all that good information, but also things like what is their default certified class? Do they belong to a union? Do they work in a specific cost code all the time? Are they an equipment operator who's only operating one piece of equipment always? So we want to count that with that employee. That would be in the defaults as well. Also in here, I can set up various types of pays as well. So maybe they get something like an auto allowance or cell phone reimbursement or something of that nature. I can put those in there as well. All their types of deductions. In this example, I have some union dues, but maybe it can be things like garnishments or their portion of health insurance. And then you have your fringes. In this example, the company pays $3 per hour on behalf of Gregory. And this happens to be a deductible item from certified payroll. So it is a deduction to any fringe benefits that we offer or that are part of the benefits package for certified payroll. Okay, so then also within here, this is where I could set up all my various types of fringes, my various deductions and various pays. You're not limited to how many you can have set up. You can have set up as many as you want to. Also set up in here are all your tax rates, federal and state. So all states are also set up here. The only ones that don't automatically pre-fill and update are the ones that are specific to you. So any state unemployment rates that are specific to you as an employer, those types of things, those you would have to manually update from year to year as those change. Okay, it also handles any reciprocity. So if you're working between states that have reciprocity agreements for payroll tax purposes, then that is also handled within the software as well. Okay, also in here, you can set up all your certified classes. So you decide what those certified classes are, how you would like them to be labeled. And then again, you can have as many different certified classes as you desire. This is completely up to you. You make the choices of what you want to see and how you want them displayed in the software. Okay, also within here are the pay rate tables. So the pay rate tables are where we tell the software on specific jobs, what is the employee supposed to get paid hourly and how much are they supposed to receive in fringe benefits. So on this particular project, you'll notice here that on this job, if they work as a carpenter, they're supposed to get $35 an hour with $20 in fringe benefits. If they're an equipment operator, they're supposed to get $60 with $20 in fringe benefits. Okay, so I set up all this information once, and then it continually looks at this whenever an employee works on this job. So if an employee says they worked as a laborer on this project, it's going to pull the rate of $30 and give them $10 in fringe benefits. There's also other things that you can do as well. So we have what are called unions. You don't have to use these just for unions. You can use these for certified payroll as well. And basically what we're telling the software is if they work in a specific area as a specific classification, Let me pull up a journeyman here. This is the benefits that they should receive and or any deductions that they should also receive as well. So a lot of times what I'll see happen is depending on what type of job they're working on or what classification they're working on, maybe their training benefit is a different per hourly rate. So we could set that up in here, and then depending on the job, it would pull in the correct training fringe benefit that's associated with that project. So there's a lot of ways that we can handle certain criteria that you might require. All right. Also within here, you can set up all your workers' comp rates. This particular table is set up by cost code. So if an employee works within a certain cost code range that we specify, it's automatically going to pull the workers' comp code. Otherwise, it can pull the workers' comp code directly from the employee's setup. So you can do either way, or you can manually change the workers' comp code if needed. We find that the entering in the work comp code at the cost code level is typically the easiest, because hopefully, depending on what cost code they're working on, it really would coordinate with what type of work comp class they're doing. This can also handle any over under work comp codes as well. So if they work over a certain dollar hourly wage, it's going to automatically calculate them at the appropriate work comp rate when you have those over under rates. You also have the ability to put individuals in pay groups and departments. So when you set up a pay group, if you wanted to process, let's say, administrative payroll separately from field payroll, you can put them in those different pay groups and designate how that is processed. You can also completely separate maybe administrative payroll completely from field payroll if you choose to do that. Maybe you have two different people doing that type of payroll. You can separate those as well. And then you can designate based on your general ledger setup where things are going to post to, depending on either what pay group they fall under or what department they're going to fall under as well.